today's video, we survived the 100 days in Minecraft manhunt style. I told my friend Aweka to hunt me for 100 days while I tried to survive. There was no grace period, so if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. 1. Go! For day 1, I knew I had to make a run for it. Aweka could kill me off the bat. I had no other choice but to run to the trees and try to get away from him as soon as possible. But the thing was, he was already trying to kill me. He kept punching me and taking away my health super quickly. My strategy early on was just try to lose Aweka as soon as possible. I knew that he couldn't chase me forever or else I'd eventually be able to kill him with hits, so I just kept running. My first objective was getting the high ground because it had only been like 30 seconds in and Aweka had already gotten me down to 3 hearts. I was not having a good time and I was really worried that the run might end right here. Luckily though, I chased him up into the trees and then managed to knock him off behind me, so it wasn't too big of a problem. But I just kept running and headed for the trees so I could get some wood and start off my first few days. After running for a bit, Aweka decided to leave me alone, which I guess was nice of him, but I assumed he was going to come back any moment. I got some meat from some cows and yeah, just usual Minecraft stuff. I kept looking behind my back to make sure Aweka wasn't anywhere nearby, but it wasn't that bad for the first few days. He kept running up against me and trying to fight me, but I managed to get away. I was down to 2.5 hearts, and he almost killed me up in these trees, but I managed to knock him off again, so the trees were my best friend at this point. I just stuck around the trees whenever I saw him, because I knew it would at least give me an advantage damage-wise, because I didn't have any tools. That meant it was basically him following me at all times and being annoying. Did you just do a bow clutch? I can't. I didn't do the bow clutch. Aweka! I just kept running over the trees, knocking him off when I could, and then just trying to survive. At some points, I even thought I was the one doing the manhunt. I managed to hunt him down and kill him a few times. It was just kind of an awkward start for both of us, but it pretty soon got intense. After a bit, it started raining, and that meant a lot of mobs were spawning because it was basically nighttime. I kept killing cows and trying to get loot, but I had to avoid a bunch of mobs that were everywhere. And if I died, it was all over, whether Aweka killed me or a spider, so I had to keep running. My health got super low. I even got to 1 heart at one point, but I managed to survive. Very luckily, I just kept running. I had a sword and... From Aweka, by the way. Aweka gave me a very nice sword. Aweka wasn't too good at fist combat, but once he geared up, he was gonna know what he was doing, so I had to get mining quick. I didn't even have a pickaxe yet, but I started digging down. After a while, I dug down and I started mining some copper. The copper didn't have too much of a purpose to me, but I thought it might as well be good to get whatever I could. I also went and got some iron so I could make some armor and some tools. I knew I wanted to get some armor ASAP in case I had to fight him pretty soon. I kept exploring the cave I was in, and it was actually pretty big. Surprisingly, there weren't any mobs down here, so it wasn't too big of a problem, but I just wanted to smelt my things and get out of here. I kept mining some iron, kept gearing up, you know, blah blah blah, the usual. But I had to keep a lookout. Everything could be over pretty quickly. I was probably down in this cave for like 5 days at 4 hearts. I had no idea where Aweka was, so yeah, this really wasn't a good time. I got my copper smelted, and finally... Aweka didn't even give me the chance. He started running in almost immediately. Yeah, this was our first proper fight. Aweka had armor. I had some gear. I got down to 1 heart, and I was barely able to kill him. This is not a fun manhunt. I'm not gonna lie. Having no grace period made this challenge super hard. So that meant that, like, he could kill me at any time, and so could any of the mobs either. I also didn't have any proper food for most of this challenge, so I was eating raw meat and rotten flesh for most of the time. It wasn't too appetizing, but I just did what I could. I kept exploring the cave, and I was trying to prioritize killing zombies so I could get some more rotten flesh. It was a bit of an issue, but yeah, these caves were my home for quite a few days. Aside from having to fight all the creepers, it wasn't that bad, actually. Aweka just was nowhere to be seen for a little bit, and this is what happened. You watching TikToks?
Yeah.
Aweka was kind of doing his own thing. I had no idea how geared he was, where he was. I was just gearing up, doing what I could. My health was never full. It was a little stressful. I was always injured. He could come up behind me at any time and probably kill me, but he seemed to be laying low, which made me think he was scheming something. If he wasn't running directly to me, that probably meant that he was trying to gear up and kill me before I could kill him, which meant that I could safely assume that he probably had diamonds. Oeka's pretty good at the game. He may not look too intimidating, but he is pretty ferocious. Kind of like a chihuahua. Or like a crusty white dog, maybe? After a while of mining, I found some diamonds, and I was really happy because this meant that I could get a diamond pickaxe as well as probably some armor. There was some lava right behind the diamonds, and I was kind of worried that one was gonna burn. I almost burned alive getting my diamonds, actually, but I managed to run out and not die. It was a little stressful, but we made our way back up to the surface. I was ready to craft with my diamonds, but suddenly, Oweka was there. He was trying to block me in. I wasn't allowed to leave. It was a mess. It was a total mess. He was trying to kill me right there. I was already low on hearts. I came up at 2 hearts, and I had to run for my life. I ate what rotten flesh I had, and I kept running. I actually came across a village while I was running away, but the tricky part was actually going to be getting the food from here. I knew that Oweka wouldn't give me the chance, so I needed to find some way to outsmart him. Thing was, I saw an iron golem that I tried to get Oweka to hit, and he did! And that meant that he was gonna have to fight the iron golem, so he was off my back for a little bit, because I knew he probably wasn't geared enough to take hits from it. I found a house that I could shelter myself in, and I put a crafting table down so I could get something done. I mined some wheat, made some bread, and got to eating. I could look out the window, so I tried to see where he was, and yep, he came up the path. He was right on my trail the entire time, but he didn't have his armor anymore since it broke from the iron golem, so it was a pretty easy kill. Oweka's a pretty talented PvPer, but he isn't that good at, killing me. He kept chasing me, but he kept getting into predicaments that would either damage his armor or his weapons, and he was never truly prepared, which gave me an advantage for a long time. I felt pretty confident that I was gonna win this manhunt. I got some armor, full iron, and then I was ready to head out and try to maybe go to the nether. I got some more food. Things were looking up. I think I ended up slaughtering a whole family of pigs by now. I feel a little bad, but sorry guys, I need the food. I found another area to start mining down, and I got my iron pickaxe. I was gonna try to get some obsidian in order to go to the nether, but managed to run into some netherite, and it was really confusing. I didn't really understand why netherite was on this overworld. But it turns out it was a ruined portal. This was a super lucky find. I didn't know ruined portals could spawn underground, but I found one. And there were some pretty good, weapons inside. There was a sword and axe and some obsidian. Since I already have my diamond pickaxe, this meant that I could complete the portal with the obsidian it gave me and just break off another corner. After that, I made a flint and steel, and it was time to go to the nether. As soon as I entered the nether, I knew Oweka was gonna know. I would get the achievement in chat, and he would immediately be able to tell where I was. And he had a tracker, so he could go to me whenever he wanted. Hopefully Oweka wasn't right behind me, but I didn't really know. But yeah, I lit the portal and went right in. I wasn't too sure what my plan for the nether was, because I know that Oweka has a tracker on me at basically every single moment. And he could also see the achievement, so he knew where to go. I had to act fast, so I started trying to mine a way out, and I was looking for some sort of tunnel up, but I didn't really know what to do here. And Oweka came behind me almost immediately. You don't have any armor. That's funny. I'll keep that. Oh, you broke the portal. Oh wait, you didn't break the portal. It relit the portal.
What?
It broke the portal and then relit it because it caught on fire. Oh, that's cool. He tried to blow me up with a bed in the nether, but he ended up killing himself, so he kind of messed up. But yeah, I managed to survive a bed explosion in the nether. I was pretty proud of myself, and after exploring for a while, I actually ended up finding a fortress. I wasn't super excited about getting over here because I knew that the blazes could easily kill me. I almost used a water bucket in the nether and would have regretted it very much. I was on half a heart for a lot of this, but I just kept killing things in the nether. I started killing wither skulls to survive, and I managed to get a withered skeleton head. I don't know how. My blaze rod luck was really bad, but my wither skull head was really good, so if I wanted to fight the wither this run, I could have, but I figured Oweka was a big enough threat. I kept having to deal with a bunch of wither skeletons. The loot in this fortress was not very good, but yeah, I just kept fighting, kept looking around for blazes. It was a big hassle to try to fight these guys. And, of course, Oweka had to appear in the fortress as well. This guy— oh. Well, he's dead. He died to a wither skeleton. Oweka isn't very aware of his surroundings. Anyway, I got back to fighting some blazes. It was pretty bad. Like, really bad. The drop rate was horrible. I was barely getting any blaze rods, so I was fighting these guys for quite a few days. And Oweka just kept coming back and re-gearing every single time. In this video, I made it so I wouldn't get any of Oweka's loot, but he also lost it. So I wouldn't gain any advantage, but he wouldn't either. Because I felt like it was unfair if he had gone mining for diamonds and then suddenly I was OP. But yeah, I just mainly made it so there's keep inventory, but not keep inventory. Anyway, after a while, I kept running and I found this bastion, which was really, really good. I was hoping there was some good loot in here, but it actually wasn't all that impressive. I was really interested in going over and trying to get any loot that I could, but these piglins were a really big hassle. I was really low on health and I was really stressed out that I was gonna die. One hit from that piglin and I would be over. So, I just made a very makeshift safety chest opener. And the loot wasn't even worth it. The loot was pretty bad here. Every chest that I was coming across was basically garbage. None of the loot was really worth it, and I kind of felt like I was wasting my time. I was giving Oweka a lot of time to catch up to me because I was basically a sitting duck. But I did manage to get a Fortune 2 pick. A diamond pick at that. Fortune 2 diamond pick. You know that's gonna be good. I already knew that if I went back to the overworld and mined diamonds, I would be set. That would be so many diamonds. It was just a matter of getting back. The biggest problem though was I was really low on food and health, and I just had to make sure I made it out alive. I managed to find the nether portal. I guess it was one that Oweka had made. I'm not too sure, but it wasn't too far from the bastion, so I guess he had been looking for me. But I headed back to the overworld and I didn't see him anywhere. I decided to take a little bit of a break, so I wanted to make a house that I could store some of my extra stuff. My inventory was getting pretty full with a bunch of junk that I didn't need, so yeah, I got to building. I'm not the best house maker in the world, but it didn't look that bad. And I thought it'd be a good way to get some food as well. There were some chickens right outside my house, so I made a little chicken coop. If fences count as a chicken coop. But yeah, it was a good food source. I quite liked them, actually. They were my first friends. Oh, and then they tried to escape. Yep. They weren't that friendly. But I got them back in. It took a little bit of time. They were not very good at listening. But yeah, we got them back into the coop, and there they were. Aren't they cute? If you like my chickens, you can leave a comment saying that you love them. I love them a lot. I blocked off my windows too. I had fences. I didn't want to go get any glass because I was pretty lazy, but I got some fences, and there they were. But, you know, good things don't last. Because Oweka thought it'd be a good time to kill them. And he burned down my entire house within days. I probably wasn't even living there maybe 10 days, and then it was all gone. And he had armor this time. But for some reason, he thought he could fight me when I had a diamond sword. He's a little cocky, Oweka is. He thinks that he's pretty strong. And he was. He got me down to 1.5 hearts. I almost died, but yeah, I consider myself pretty good at PvP. He just burned alive. I think my chickens got revenge for me from beyond the grave. But yeah, I went back to mining. I encountered a lot of creepers. I don't know why there were so many mobs in these caves, but they really wanted me dead. This manhunt was really intense in both Oweka and all of the mobs that just wouldn't leave me alone. I kept fighting in the cave. I wanted to go down and try to find more diamonds. I knew diamonds were going to be my ticket to securing the win. And I knew that meant that I'd have to go strip mining. And Oweka could easily track me when I was strip mining because there's only really one way to go. Even though I knew I was putting myself in a lot of danger, I went for it. My fortune pickaxe was worth it, and I ended up finding some axolotls on the way too. I actually heard the little axolotl squeaks behind the walls, and I kept mining until I found the water. And eventually I found these little guys. Look how cute they are. I was kind of sad about my chickens dying, but honestly this makes it a lot better. At least I have another friend now. I mean, look at him. I put one of them in a bucket, and I decided from that day on I was going to carry him through the rest of the 100 days. I at least wanted one friend that I knew Oweka couldn't kill, and he wasn't going to touch him if he was in a bucket. Look at him, he's so cute. It was a little hard because that meant I couldn't carry a shield around anymore, but after mining a bit longer, I found some diamonds, and the fortune really ended up helping a lot. This was only like 8 diamonds, but I managed to get 14. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, I kept mining some more and I found even more diamonds. Fortune was really helping me and I managed to get enough for diamond armor later. I'm just gonna say, I think my little axolotl friend might have been a little bit of good luck. I don't think I could have got this many diamonds without this guy alongside me. So Shout out to the axolotl. How about we name him Blubby? Blubby the axolotl. But yeah, I just kept mining. Got geared up, crafted my chest plate, and got some really sick pants. And I felt pretty safe about all this. It wasn't that bad, honestly. Like, what could Oweka do now? I don't think Oweka could really stand a chance. I thought that maybe by now he'd have full diamond, but you know, now I'm kind of debating whether or not he's even a good hunter. Not to trash on him or anything. Oweka's a great guy, but he's certainly not the greatest hunter. He was trying his best though, I'll give him that, and I appreciate him for helping me with this video. But yeah, yet again, if you guys are enjoying this video, hit a like for my little axolotl friend. And subscribe too. It will be greatly appreciated. But yeah, after I got my diamond armor and my axolotl friend, I started mining up. I didn't think too much could hurt me at this point. I had full diamond, I had a diamond sword, diamond pickaxe. All I needed really was some food, and I got to work. There were a lot of pigs outside, a lot of animals, and it was pretty easy to just get some meat. But then Oweka decided to ruin everything. Oweka didn't have full diamond like me, but he was pretty geared, and Oweka had a shield, which was something I had kind of worried about because I only had a little axolotl friend. But, you know, at this point, I was pretty overly cocky. I had won every fight so far, so I figured it couldn't go too wrong. I thought this manhunt was kind of a joke at this point. But, don't click off yet, because the ending's probably gonna surprise you. Oweka just started running, which I assume was because I got him pretty low, so I took this as an opportunity to just keep running and chasing him. He kept running towards the water, so I thought that maybe he had a boat and he was gonna go away. I remember Oweka had boat clutched earlier, so I knew this guy had a lot of tricks up his sleeve, but I felt pretty confident. This was a mainly one-sided manhunt. At this point, the hunted was becoming the hunter. He started building blocks and it didn't really work for him. I killed Oweka pretty easily, so it wasn't that bad. After a while, I got some food as well. Got some food cooking. Finally, I wouldn't be at half health all the time. Got my furnaces cooking. Got a lot of iron. And that meant that I could have buckets. I needed a bucket to properly MLG with because, I couldn't with an axolotl. I was worried I'd lose him. So I got another bucket so I could properly MLG, and then I got to work killing some endermen. The endermen were not happy. There were a lot of them though, surprisingly. I got really lucky. At this point, I kind of wish that I had looting on my sword because it would have made this a lot easier, but, yeah, I had to deal with the regular drop rates, and this enderman tried giving me a flower, but, I felt kind of bad. I killed him anyway. Sorry, enderman. Hopefully you don't take it personal. After a while of killing endermen, my luck was still horrible. Still really, really horrible. When I was killing this enderman, I kind of realized I was glad this wasn't a morphed manhunt, because if Oweka went as an enderman, I probably would have died. If you guys want to see a morphed manhunt, let me know. I feel like that would be a cool video. I did what I could with the remaining eyes, and yeah, I only had 10 when I started looking for the portal. And my luck wasn't that good because the first one broke instantly. On my way towards the portal, I actually found a desert temple, which I thought might be promising, but I was super worried that I might accidentally trip the TNT. That block almost landed on the pressure plate, so I got actually really lucky. But the loot was nothing too crazy. I got some gapples. The enchant books were alright. I got the TNT because I thought about making a TNT trap once I got to the end, but wait till the end to see how that goes. It's not too great. But yeah, after a while of searching, I finally found the portal. I actually managed to dig down right onto, which was really lucky. And yeah, I could tell that the end was near. And literally, the end was right here. I was actually kind of optimistic. I thought I was going to win this challenge. I was super excited. I knew Oweka was going to be there. But I didn't have enough eyes. My worst nightmare came true. And I had to just keep running around looking for endermen. I found one and I was looking around for more, but I couldn't really find any more. I felt bad killing this guy. He was all alone down here, but I needed those eyes of ender. I needed to go to the end and beat the game. So I got to smacking and he died pretty quickly. I found another one. I guess this was his friend, which I felt kind of bad now. I thought he was alone, but he had a friend down here. I was really hoping he'd drop an eye as well, and I got pretty lucky actually. He dropped another eye, so I quickly made my last 2 eyes of ender and went back to the portal. Oweka was nowhere to be seen at this point, so I was a little confused, but you know, if he's gonna give me the win, he's gonna give me the win. I'll take it. I put the last 2 eyes in, and it was finally time. But Oweka was right behind me with enchanted armor. I didn't really know what to do. I went in and I was dead. It was all over. I messed up big time. And that was 100 days in Minecraft. Manhunt edition.